So I know how much pressure it sometimes.
You have to, having fun with them.
Investing into Web3 since 2021.
Everyone can play the game and try the experience.
What are your plans of mitigating risk of running a very complex business models?
So buyback could be a good thing, could be not a good thing.
Hello and welcome everyone to this another exciting edition of the Sakura Pitch Session, brought to you by Sakura Protocol. I'm Mariusz Shilanskis, CloudFXM. You can find me on the Twitter. I'm a VP of Web3 in Khuga Labs, and I'm thrilled to be here with two amazing guests. But before we start, I have a very quick disclaimer to you. In this video, nothing is a financial advice. If you find some information which motivates you to invest in some projects, etc., do your own due diligence, do your own research. Don't take anything on this video as a financial advice. We are doing this purely for educational purposes. We want to bring investor and product or the company pitch experience, like that experience which is usually available only in the between closed doors. So you can learn about how investors think, and you can learn how good projects which are coming on top of Sakura Protocol are, and you can dive deeper into those products. So today I have two amazing guests. I will start from, as always, I will start from the product who's pitching. So today we have Gilang. Hey, Gilang.
Hi, Marius. Thanks for inviting us here.
Amazing to have you here. And Gilang is a CEO and co-founder of Khuga Labs and game which is called Khugaverse, which is actually one of my top games which is coming on Sakura Protocol. So we will tell you more about. We will go into in-game mechanics, the pitch, the team, the gameplay, and it's a cat fighting game. So for all of the cat fans, and I'm a big cat fan, I grew up with a cat. Actually, my cat lived for 24 years. So this is extraordinary for a cat. I think she would do very good in your game because she was a good fighter. So yeah, we will dive into DeFi landscape and tokenomics and growth plans and what are all the plans behind their future success. So Khuga Rumble Arena offers a free-to-play experience with in-app purchases, letting players to customize their gameplay with cosmetic items, season battle passes, and NFT integrations. Every victory earns both on-chain and off-chain rewards, making the battle truly rewarding. Gilang, please introduce your project, introduce how do you see it before we go into Irene, and then you're going to go to the pitch session.
All right. Thank you so much, Marius, for a good introductions about me. So, hi guys, I'm Gilang Gitarana. I my community know me very well with my alias is Paul in the Twitter, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Khuga Labs, the creator of the Khugaverse. And this year, we have a chance to finally release our first Web3 game, Khuga Rumble Arena, which is a multiplayer cat fighting game taken from our IP Khuga. The story about 5 fighters cat fighting together in Khugaverse to become a Khuga ultimate warrior. And the game is free, but we have something we would also introduce in a Web3 gaming space that we think that it might be interesting for you guys. And yeah, that's a little thing about our game and about myself.
Gilang, maybe a little bit about yourself. I know you're a technical guy, but you're also CEO, which is a killer combination. Like if you have person who is good at technicality and good in business, this is a killer combination. So share a little bit about your past experience.
So I was in a gaming development industry for more than a decade, especially in Southeast Asia market and Indonesian market. I'm the part of one of the pioneer of games, first game indie game studio in Indonesia with the successful release of a game franchise called Thread Out. And now, after that we working with another title and have a successful release with another partner. And now I'm leading my own studio, Khuga Labs, to also deliver a good game, to also deliver a good story to tell the IP Khuga. And Yeah, I'm more than a technical guy. I also leading the development team myself. But yeah, sometimes like I'm also become like a business guy that become a like at the front of the project. So yeah, that's quite like a fun to do both thing in the same time.
Yeah, so many things on your plate.
Yep. I really love to build something, something good and something fun, and I'll have fun doing that.
I'm also the same as you. I'm fluctuating always between like business and between technology because like a lot of things we share responsibilities together with the Nick, who is a VP of Web3. He's a VP of engineering and I'm VP of Web3 engineering, and so we kind of share the team. So I know how much pressure it's sometimes to be managing both parts, like a technical people, you because you need to review the code, you need to do a lot of different stuff, you need to test the game or like a product yourself. So really big shout out of managing both things. And I know you're
Thank
doing
you.
a great job. So a big shout out.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
So Irene,
Hello.
now it's your time. I have an amazing description about you, which I'm gonna read very, very soon. But so far, Irene was introduced to me by our CEO Jack. I know you have been collecting a huge spaces in a Twitter, like with many, many listeners. So a big shout out about that. So a little bit about Irene. She is a firm believer in power of consciousness, focus, and intent. Have had a luxury of living in different countries in my 20s, in her 20s, being a global banker that gives her the knack for deal structuring, money management, and most importantly, what matters the most in life. Hence, her values is freedom, happiness, and owniness. Irene, welcome on board. Maybe you can introduce yourself to listeners and the viewers.
Thank you so much, Marius. I'm breaking sweat over here as you do the introduction. So I'm like, what is he gonna say this time? But thank you a lot for that. So hi everyone, my name is Irene. I'm the CEO and co-founder of VGG. Like what Marius said, my background is mostly finance and banking. I started off from the banking sector, financial sectors, and then I move on to the other side of the world, which is it's a middle of an intersection, right, to the gaming side by investing into games. So when Gilang mentioned Dreadout, I met the co-founders of Dreadout, amazing games that you guys have. And during those times, we pretty much invested in the game ecosystem. This is before even mobile games come out. And not only game developers, we have esports media as well, and we have the game medias not only Southeast Asia, but we also invested in a game publisher in Middle East and cybersecurity company in Korea. So that was a bit of my background. And then coming into Web3 as someone who's active in the Web2 games, it seems like a natural transition. Although in the beginning of 2021, when I first really plunged myself deep into this, and I was somehow called as traitors by the likes of Gilang and friends. But right now, I'm happy to see that Gilang has joined the troops. So together we can conquer the world. What you read just now, Marius, on oneness and happiness is it's tied very closely to VGG because we believe as a gaming guild, our main mandate is to elevate gaming beyond play. But first of all, we need to remind all humans that to have fun to play, what's the worst that could happen? Like in games, you die, you respawn, right? In life, you fail, you restart. So removing all the fear and all the boundaries that we have been raised as a human being in this society that's very limited. And so that is what happiness is all about. And oneness in VGG or in Web3 world is regardless of who you are, what your background is. It doesn't matter. In VGG, we present opportunities to those who want it. And doesn't matter who you are, grab it and you'll be able to get to the next level in your real life. So that's essentially what VGG and what I do.
Okay, so I think we've wrapped up this quick introduction. Gilang, you can go ahead, share your screen, and take it from here.
All right. So we are from Khuga Labs, the creator of Khugaverse. Khugaverse is the IP that we started from uh, 2022, which is like we start our IP by releasing an NFT collections called Khuga in Ethereum mainnet in the early January 2023 back then. And after that, we are so expanding to, any more chance to expand our IP into another greater things. Yeah, talking about our IP itself, we are not really focusing on game first, but we are focusing on how we are going to expand our IP into something else. Because the things is, if we can have a good and great IP, we can have another, like everything else. So instead of only focusing on our NFT, we were then expanding to something, like a wider, like in the gaming sectors. We already released one game on Steam, which is like utilizing our one of our characters there. We put that in kind of like a combat scenario, quick action gameplay. It's actually not a really web3 game, but we have a really good retentions at the about the game. Like people really enjoy the gameplay, really enjoy the how we like we tell about our character and the lore. And also this year we are going to have our first we call it flagship game in the web3. We call it Khuga Rumble Arena, which is like will be in Sakura chain. And also in the future we will like have a more game will be released using our IP. And talking about our NFT, yeah, Kuga NFT collection is our OG collections in Ethereum. And we also have our secondary collection called K Gear, which is like the collection of items that can be used and equipped in our Khugaverse ecosystem. And also we also have a kind of like a Web3 staking gamification platform called Miohala for our holders. So before we starting to make a game, I mean like a video game, we actually have a interactive game, like a web-based game, using simple interactions. Like it's similar with stacking platform, but we put a story, we put a lore, we put a like seasonal event there, so people can stack their Kuga there, and they can earn reward by completing the quest. And also we are planning to have our own marketplace for supporting any transaction, any activity in the whole Kugaverse. And talking about community, we do have a really great and not that big, but a really solid community from our NFT collection before. And we even like make a lot of our community activity. We have Kuga Idols here, which is like it's similar to like American Idol, but for Kuga. So it's kind of like a contest for our NFT holders to have fun, to do a contest, to shield each other, to shield to another community, and get the vote, and like get the winner, and become our mascot for 1 year, something like that. And also we also like keen to expand another chance to have our IP in another sectors like music. We just released our virtual band called Catnip Riot, and we already like have like a 3 singles in Spotify. And that's this like the song we wrote is kind of like a story about the fighters cat, something like that. And we also have an experimental interactive we call it Kuga Playground. So it's kind of like virtual room for our holders to gather and chat together. It's kind of like a lobby for MMO game. Talking about Web3 gaming, why we are really interested in, because first, yeah, my background itself is from gaming industry. I was like a 10 years experience. I have a 10 years experience on a building game, a releasing game, a playing game myself. I'm also a player. So when we see the opportunity of bringing our IP into Web3 gaming, the opportunity is endless. Because like there's a lot of things that might be a future for gaming industry that can like we can get from Web3, like ownership revolutions. Like we can put our item as an NFT, and we can have a true ownership by doing that. Authenticity and transparency, like the game will can be fair, really fair, especially for esport game, competitive game. That's really like a blockchain will be the answer for the fairness. And economic empowerment, we can really earn, we can really do a transactions, and we can like have a transparent for the transaction. We can earn money, or real money, by playing game. That would be like something new, but not actually new. But the blockchain technology are really supporting that. And interoperability and expansion, if we're talking about our IP, because with a great IP, with a great gameplay, I believe that we're going, like we can have a better, a good product in Web3. And of course, Web3 the things that might really different between Web 2 and Web 3 is the collaborations. I guess it's kind of like most of the game development in Web 2, like they turn become exclusive, like they want to like keen to compete each other, which game, which the game is, which one is the better game, the best game every years. But in the Web 3, we can have opportunity to make a great product together, like we collaborating with another game, cross marketing, cross branding. We even do a collaboration with Sequoia Universe that is kind of like we put their character into our game, and we can also have our character to their game, something like that, and we grow together in one ecosystem, and we can win together. And I think that's the thing that why we are really interested in developing our game in the Web 3. And this is a little story about our IP. We call it Khuga. So it's consisting of 5 characters: Zero, Saber, Fatby, Spinax, Kuro. We took inspiration from Japanese anime back in like 80 or 90s. It's called Cyber Kurochan. I believe maybe Irene knows some, yeah, some of his like really similar, and also the characteristic, the fighters get with a different ability, with different trait, with different skills and personality. It's between characters, and
Yeah, Gilag, maybe we can check it out. Which one is Irene's favorite?
oh yeah, please. Which one is your favorite, Irene? I believe
Oh,
it could be Shiro
that
or
is
Fat Bee, I believe, because VGG called yellow, and it's similar with the Fat Bee color, right?
I like all of them. I like all of them. Which one is your favorite, Marius?
Yeah,
Um,
which one is your favorite, Maris? For me,
I
I'm Saber.
I can definitely say that when I'm stress eating, I'm a fat pea. And when I'm good and sharp, I'm Spinex.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I'm split because I like Shiro because Shiro as a name, it reminds me of one of the NFT collections that I'm a very big fan of. It used to be pretty big, Karafuru. I'm sure you know them, Gilang.
Yeah, yeah. I knew the founder very well. Jjo is my friend. Yeah.
Yep, indeed. And so Shiro is very close to me, but I like Fat P because of the color and the cuteness, gangstery look of it.
The
uh,
most chunkiest and the laziest, but sometimes like it's the most strongest in the game. We started to launch our NFT back then in bear market. So back then, after like a crypto crash in 2022, at the end of 2022, is like we can launch and really mint it out, and with a total 5,555, we have a total 245 trees there, and we have a 55 legendary skin, which is like a custom skin, only one on one on the supply. And the total mint price is around like average. The mint price is 0.02 back then, and the ATH is 0. 0.1. And yeah, till now we made that around that volume in the total volume. And yeah, this is a little bit story about our gamification platform. So yeah, before we are turning become a really a game, uh, we start our experimental gaming experience by releasing this staking platform first, to do some gamifications, to tell our story to our holders. So back then, like when we are releasing an NFT, so of course we want to make our holders not only like after you purchase, you just speculating the price and just see the chart. You have to having fun with them, with your NFT. So that's why we built this staking gamification platform in Ethereum mainnet. The things that might be game changing here is the battle pass rewarding system. So instead of rewarding player by like airdropping token every like every day one something, or every they successfully achieve something and it just regularly drop our token, we have a different mechanism, we have a different approach, which is like we call it a multi-tier battle pass each season. So we're going to onboard a free to play player, which is like a not really spend, like spend zero money on our game, and they can still earn, or they can still get the reward by being loyal and playing our game. So tier one is for free to play player. Tier two is for paid player use, which is like the player who purchase our battle pass using stable, like using PayPal, using a regular payment. And also the tier three will be the most special. So there will be like for player who connecting their wallet and purchase our battle pass using our native token or our affiliated token. So they're gonna have access to an exclusive on-chain tradable items that they can sell it whenever they want, and the supply will be like limited every season. In a season one, imagine like if you reach a certain level, like the maximum level, level 100, and you want a special skin, this gold Khuga skin, and then there's only like couple people can achieve that, and then we close the season and we start another season, and you have that item only with a limited supply, and then starting the new season, people you know curious about, wow, that skin is really good, I have to get it. How to get it? Oh, you have to buy it on secondary market because it's no more available in the game. So that's then people will thinking of maybe like we expecting that there's a big wave from web 2 player will join web 3.
Because this is the thing about Web3, right? A lot of
Mhm,
times I always ask, what's the in-game economics? Because before we look even on the Web3 tokenomics, we got to understand the in-game tokenomics. And I think instead of addressing the in-game tokenomics, you're using the battle pass as a way to monetize as a game, right? So,
mhm.
would you like perhaps share with us about your battle pass seasons economics in the sense that all of these are free to play? So, if those people are buying the battle passes, other than the skins and whatnot, what else are the benefits that they will be able to get? And then, how many battle passes are you issuing every season, and how many seasons are there per year? Just basically walk me through on how the company or the game itself is gonna be making money, because in the end of the day this is a pitching session. So as investor, we need to make sure that you are sustainable as a company regardless of whether it's a bear or bull market. I get it that it's going to be a fun game that people are going to love, but how is walk me through the monetization part, please.
Okay. So we actually have two in-game economy will be implied in our game. First is K-Bucks. K-Bucks is kind of like if you play Fortnite, it's similar with V-Bucks. It's an off-chain game economy, a game coin that you can spend to level up battle pass. You can spend to buying skins on our daily in-game market, and also maybe you know you can earn that by progressing in the battle pass. For a tier one and tier two player, we are going to reward them with this key bucks, so it off chain economy coin for our game. And the second one is the our native token coin. So the native token will be for the like for web3 player that connecting and that connect their wallet and purchasing our battle pass using coin and our affiliate token. So talking about our seasonal pass, it will be like a 3 month. Every 3 month there will be a new season. With the cost of each season is for tier one is free, and tier two is like equivalent to $10, and for the tier three, which is the on chain, it's equivalent to $25. Yeah, this is a kind of like a rewarding system. So people will grinding their level by completing our objective. People can also purchase if they have no time to play using our coin and even like our K bucks to have a more level up and get a more reward in the higher level. And also we will have our in-game store, which is like will be daily in items marketplace in game, which like people can spend their key box to purchase one of these trade. They even can purchase a multiple trade and make complete set on doing that. And also we also introduce kind of like a monetizations for our OG NFT holders. So OG NFT holders can use their NFT to play. So they're gonna have their NFT as a playable skin, but not only that, they're gonna also have a profit sharing mechanism, which is like every transactions of their trades on the game, like whenever people or a player purchasing a trade that they have in as an NFT, they will get like a certain percent of total revenue to be, like as a coin, as our native token airdrop to their wallet every certain period. So that might be, can also make our NFT collections activity will be also, we can have a demand on that on our OG, but we also, can have a good mechanism on how we are going to reward our OG holders. So people will, not only gonna buy our coin, we say coin, and people will also, interested in buying our NFT collection as well. So um, how we
That's
are going
a
to
lot of
monetize?
graphics. That's a lot of graphics.
Yeah, but I will try to help you guys with some of key point here. So the the whole Khugaverse ecosystem will including the game, Miyohala, the staking platform, the Khuga NFT from Ethereum, the K Gears, the Keybox, the off-chain economy, the coin, our native token, and the marketplace and battle pass. So everything here, like the color blue, is our revenue system, our revenue stream. So first is the simplest, like the more simplest thing that we can earn is by, from our royalty and Khuga NFT holder transactions. So on OpenSea right now and our contract, we're gonna have like 5% royalty every transactions make on the Khuga NFT, and then it's gonna turn into revenue stream. Sorry, and also we are going to have our battle pass available for purchase for our player in game. They can purchase it using coin, our native token. They can purchase using K-Bucks. So K-Bucks, people, how to get K-Bucks, people should buy like in a certain amount of K-Bucks using PayPal, using a Steam wallet to available, and then they can starting to earn, and they can, starting to earn reward, a tradable reward, and then the reward will be this one K gears, and they can sell it. They can stack it in Yohala. They can sell it in Daddy Sharp Store marketplace, and we are going to earn like every transaction they have there. We are going to have like a 2.5% become our revenue stream. And even the battle pass, for battle pass, we have kind of like a mechanism that we are going to put our 20% from the battle pass purchasing back to our liquidity pool. So the battle pass is, like not exclusive for only for the web3 player, right? People from web2 will also available to purchase. So we're gonna accumulate every purchase in every season, and we are going to have a certain portion back to our liquidity pool. We are going to do a buyback for maintaining our coin.
I have the following question. Irene, do you have the follow up, or I can go?
Go ahead, Marius. Go ahead.
Okay, this sounds like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So the question is, what are your plans of mitigating risk of running a very complex business models? Like usually in startup, like a single stream focus is what investors appreciate a little bit more than like a very broad spectrum of like of revenue streams. And so how you're mitigating that risks, and what is the team size?
We are not that big company, by the way. Like we are bootstrapping our company from Khuga NFT collection sales. until now. And we have some kind of like angel investment like earlier. And also, for the game itself, we are not going to start everything, like in the first season, sorry. So we are going to have a preseason. I mean, it's like a trial season. So we are not going to have a really complex monetization model in the first season. We are going to, trying to implement one or two mechanism. Like, let's say, we are going to start our preseason battle pass, which is like maybe in just only certain level, not that many level, so people can try and can have it in another season by maybe purchasing one or two skins. And we introducing the in-game economy for our Khuga NFT holders. So we are going to have some daily skins available for purchase, something like that on
Mhm.
and then they're gonna starting to earn by holding the NFT. So something simple like that before we are going to complex on implementing all of this kind of like a mechanism.
That's a very good answer. Just like consistent growth. So another question is platform supported. It's I know that you're currently targeting PC, but like a mobile gaming is growing a lot, and for at least from the game mechanics, looks like like this can be very attractive for the tablet or like mobile phone players, especially with the foldable phones and bunch of different like larger screen devices. Are there any plans to grow to that area, and why did you choose PCs and like a desktop gaming as your
Yeah,
primary target?
because based on my experience developing game, like I was developing game for mobile, I was developing game for consoles, I was developing game for PC. The most easiest, like the most less risk to prototyping is to build our game on PC. And talking about the player base on PC is not that bad. Even like a mobile is the dominating market in the recent years, but the PC, we still have a good number, of player that really playing the game, especially the esport game. So PC is the most easier for us to starting our go to market, our beta versions. If we asking about mobile, yeah, we have a plan to port this game into mobile as well, and we have some conversation to bring this game on console as well.
Very interesting to understand. This is a lot to map out, right? So, from the community perspective, because I'm speaking on behalf of the communities right now, if this is something that's on Steam and it's not on mobile, then which specific target market are you targeting?
Our first target market is the competitive warriors, which is like a esport players, esport gamers, and we like we have a good starter partner that might can help us on GTM market in our first launch, and thanks Sakuru that bring us in this kind of like a good environment. We are now partnership with Playground. I believe that they have a really good lineup in terms of streamer, in terms of the PC, esport professional gamers, and also we are in a partnership with Gaming. Gaming is the company behind the Gaming Gladiator team, the team that just won Dota series in Riyadh this year's. And first target market for us is for the competitive gamers, which is like a pro player and the follower of the some kind of this kind of streamer. And after that, we also going to target Web3 explorer, which is like a people from Web3, like kind of like a player to earn something. And then Castle Delight, which is like the collectors type player that people will like just only playing game to collect their every skin in that game. And also, yeah, it's for casual gamer, like a yachtful enthusiast, like teen children and young adult who enjoy playing online multiplayer game like Rocket League and Fortnite, like not really in the pro scenes, but they are really enjoying playing with their friend. Every people can start and enjoy playing the game, and then they can turn into a pro player by more practicing, more mastering, and compete with each other, the best player in the game, something like that.
I think a lot of audience here will also be wanting to know, like, right, the call to action. How do we start playing the games?
Yeah. So for now, we are still in the beta versions, but the pace is already on Steam. You guys can wishlist it on Steam. We have our dedicated page here, Khuga Rumble Arena. So we are planning to release our first season in around quarter 4 this year's,
Mhm.
and we will have a chance to play our game. It's a free to play game. You can download without spending any money, without owning one of our NFT, something like that. Everyone can play the game and try the experience, and then maybe like in a few weeks after, we are going to release the battle pass. So
Irene, so I think it's actually a time for a wrap up and the questions.
If I can wrap things up, right, it would be, I like how things are being wrapped around the economics one step at a time. But you gotta also be very clear in terms of the burnings, right? That's one. Second thing is also when you talk about dividends or paying back to the NFT holders, be very mindful of regulations because although GameFi is not regulated yet, that is gonna be something that's regulated pretty soon. So
mhm.
I'm a believer that even though a lot of people say that Web3 is a wild, wild west, it shouldn't be. And there should be some form of regulations, and that's not something that we should take for granted. So when you use words like I know this optics, right? When you use words like paying back dividends and all that, just be very mindful of that. And one of the things that you did mention was the burning mechanism of buyback, right? So buyback could be a good thing, could be not a good thing, but the decisions of the buyback needs to be pretty clear. Especially you're referencing to that you want to give the communities, especially the OGs or early supporters, the ability to shape and form which direction the game goes to. That touches upon governance and a DAO structure, right? So the buyback strategies, ideally, if that could be baked in from the beginning of the tokenomics, because that's going to impact your tokenomics long run, and bake into the smart contract so that it's automatic that X percentage of the revenues that you incur, be it from battle passes or be it from sales of the NFT royalties, those are going to go into the vault to burn the tokens. So your tokens itself has a burning mechanics into it because that impacts tokenomics. And I know that it touches very lightly on it, but those are really, really important and deep points that probably will warrant a whole day of discussions, right, on that. Lastly, I would like to say that when battle pass, I think is what I'm hearing a lot lately. This is a term that's pretty common in the Web2 world, but not necessarily in the Southeast Asia side of things. It's usually in the West, as you know, you did right out, right? So most of the
Mm.
audiences will not be Southeast Asians because we are not the paying customers. But I'm not sure if you have a matching mechanism so that there's a free to play gamers that will be able to come in and reap the benefits as well. So that balancing of economics, I think, is really important. If you could articulate that, in because complex looks good, graphics looks good, but it all goes back to how to simplify things in a simplistic manner, and it impacts not only your in-game economics and your tokenomics overall, but also the psyche of your gamers as well who play it and how they can come in and buy battle passes. Because I see in the next 6 months or a year, a lot of games are going to be launching battle passes. So in the beginning of this year, we have reigns of note sales, right, which still continues until now. But I think battle passes will be the next one. So you have to sort of differentiate yourself a little bit there, especially for you as a really good game Web2 game developers. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the comments that I've got. Might not be the ideal, but yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining us to this exciting, another exciting pitch session hosted by Sakura Protocol. Uh, if you want to keep getting these insights and information from people like Irene, you can follow her on the Twitter, Umar Irene. I also encourage you to follow Khugaverse, Skylang. We will leave comments. We will leave all the links in the description below, and also WGG as well. They're There is a Planet of Irene, where she's doing her stuff, her gaming guild, and all the game activities. And please don't forget to click a huge like button and share button, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which definitely helps us grow a lot. Keep exploring the pre, and let's stay together. Ciao.
Wow.
Bye.